straight into it, this is my everyday carry. This is the items that I use on a day-to-day basis, and if I'm doing a very casual sort of just going out for fun, maybe shooting some street photos, that type of thing, this is the setup and the tech that I use to do it. First of all, we have the bag. So this is the Peak Design Everyday Sling bag. It's actually one of the favorite bags that I've ever owned. I absolutely love it. It's like unbelievably convenient. They come in a variety of sizes. It's super high quality, just like everything that Peak Design does. It's got a number of compartments and you can put dividers in it as well, of course. And it absolutely perfectly fits my go-to everyday camera. This is my Fuji X100T. There's obviously a number of people that will be watching this video who have seen and used and heard a lot of hype about the X100V. This is, I believe, one generation back from that camera, and I absolutely love it. Personally, I don't think there's any particular need to go for the X100V over the X100T for like double the price. So you can pick these up relatively decently priced, I think for around about $500 to $600 as opposed to like $1,000 or over $1,000 for the X100V. I absolutely love the look from this camera. The Fuji colors are absolutely exceptional. This is almost like this step above shooting with a smartphone for me. Obviously, I do shoot with a smartphone, as you guys know, a lot here on the channel, but if I am wanting a slightly more tactile experience, I will go with the X100T. This actually is my favorite travel camera. I think if you remove smartphones from that, because obviously literally I always have a smartphone on me, so it does kind of mean that I can shoot with a smartphone and just like, you know, the best camera is the one you have on you type deal. But with the Fuji, I often bring this on trips and it's just super minimal. I can actually shoot either raw or bake in one of the Fuji film emulations, and as you can see, like, these shots are just absolutely gorgeous. I think if you haven't shot with any type of camera like this, I thoroughly recommend you try it. The files and look that you get out of the camera are like absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. They work really well with editing in Lightroom, or you can shoot direct. Here you can see me applying some of my brand new Lightroom presets. So if you are interested in kind of replicating this look, those are available in the top link in the description if you're interested in buying those presets and also supporting the channel. But yeah, absolutely fantastic little camera. I've owned it for about a year now. And yeah, like I said, one of my favorite accessories to carry around pretty much every day if I'm out casually shooting. Let's talk about the phones, the tech here. So first of all, my everyday driver is the iPhone 14 Pro. And I've also got this really nicely patinaed case. Now, this is the standard Apple leather case for the iPhone 14 Pro. I get lots of questions about the case that I use, so that's it. It's just the standard leather case. But as you can see, it's basically generated a lot of really nice sort of aging. And it's really nice that the standard Apple case actually does that. It makes it feel a lot more organic, a lot more kind of natural, and a bit more personalized. The iPhone 14 Pro is my go-to everyday driver phone that I'm using on a daily basis. However, I'm also, of course, testing, as you guys know, the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. I'm still kind of bringing this around with me a lot because I'm still playing around with the cameras, even though I have reviewed this phone. If you're interested, I'll link that video down below as well. But yeah, obviously on a standard day-to-day, I wouldn't bring around two phones with me, but it's unfortunately the life of a tech reviewer that I'm having to test this camera still a lot, and I'm just enjoying shooting with it as well. It is a very capable camera system, so just by having one of these phones, you could definitely replace that X100T if you weren't interested in bringing around a dedicated camera. But like I said, sometimes I do just like a physical experience. In terms of headphones and audio, I have two audio systems that I bring around a lot. First of all is just standard Apple AirPods. These, I believe, are the AirPods 2. I'm not totally sure on the model, but just kind of what more can you say about the AirPods? Absolutely amazing little piece of tech. They just work so fluidly, so perfectly with the iPhone ecosystem, and also my MacBook. You can see like in the background here, they're just like brilliant day-to-day headphones. When I'm wanting something a little bit more high fidelity, I have these. These are actually a recent purchase, a recent acquisition. Now, I'm not going to be able to remember the model name specifically, but these are the Sony XM4s. I went for the XM4s versus the XM5s. I saved a little bit of money, and they are absolutely exceptional noise cancelling headphones. These are my kind of go-to headphones for editing. They come in this really nice little pouch, so you don't have to worry about getting these damaged in your bag or anything like that. This fits inside the Peak Design bag that I talked about, although it doesn't leave a lot of space for anything else. But if you're carrying this in a backpack or anything like that, a brilliant audio system. And that then brings us on to a few of the accessories, a few of the items that I do literally bring around on a daily basis. And first of all is my card holder. I have toyed around with different card holder options, and this is the one that I've landed on. This is I think I bought it from Etsy actually, but it's a handmade leather card holder. As you can tell, there's a bit of a theme going with leather items. I absolutely love natural leather, but this is like a really, really nice one. I will link this one specifically if anyone is interested. It's by a company called A Slim London on Etsy, but you will be able to find a similar item, I'm sure, for your area and region. And then two general accessories. First of all is I have a little penknife from a company called Leatherman. And this is a fairly big company in Europe, though if you're in the USA, you might not be used to this company name, but they just this is the tiniest model they do. I think it's called the Leatherman Squirt, and it's like really, really nice. It's got a lot of little accessories, which when you're a working photographer and videographer like me, you never can tell what you're going to need to do on a shoot, and having a little accessory like this is just super useful. There's pliers, there's a little knife, there's all kinds of things. There's a little screwdriver, so super useful, super versatile piece of kit, and I thoroughly recommend picking one up. And then in a similar category, we have a small rig Allen key accessory. Any photographer knows that Allen keys are all over your pieces of gear, and occasionally you're going to just randomly need them on a shoot, and that for me is why I always carry around a small rig Allen key accessory. They have screwdrivers, they have flat plates so you can use it on your tripods and stuff like that. Absolutely invaluable little piece of kit. I thoroughly recommend anyone who watching this who does any photo or video work on any sort of semi-regular basis, buy one of these little accessories. They're like $15 and they're absolutely life-changing. That wraps it up. That's my everyday carry. I would love to know if any of these items are found in your everyday carry. Let me know in a comment down below.